No wonder they give him a list of reporters to call on. President Biden was doing fine at his NATO press conference until it was time to leave. Dazzled by the many reporters barking at him as he moved toward the exit, the president took one more question. He called on Christina Ruffini from CBS News. And instantly regretted it. Their exchange was a reminder that Biden has trouble articulating the meaning of deterrence, the function of alliances, and America's desired end state in Ukraine. "Sir," Ruffini said, "deterrence didn't work. What makes you think Vladimir Putin will alter course based on the action you've taken today?" "Let's get something straight," Biden replied. "You remember, if you've covered me from the very beginning, I did not say that in fact the sanctions would deter him. Sanctions never deter. You keep talking about that. Sanctions never deter." "They don't? Then why did Biden threaten Putin with sanctions to begin with?" Anyone with an internet connection and a little curiosity can see that, in the run-up to Putin's invasion, Biden's vice president, Secretary of State, and National Security Advisor all said the chance of sanctions would have a deterrent effect. Obviously, it did not. Rather than admit that Ruffini's premise is correct, U.S. strategy during the end of 2021 and beginning of 2022 did not prevent war, Biden wants to amend the record to grant himself foresight retroactively. Give him points for gall. "What makes sanctions count," Biden said, "is how long they are in place. The maintenance of sanctions, the increasing the pain and the demonstration why I asked for this NATO meeting today," the president continued, "is to be sure that after a month we will sustain what we're doing, not just next month, the following month, but for the remainder of this entire year. That's what will stop him." Let's hope so. The record, however, suggests that Biden is wrong. The United States has maintained an embargo on Cuba for 6 decades. Its behavior hasn't changed. We've sanctioned North Korea for even longer. This week it launched an ICBM. We've slapped economic penalties on Iranian malign behavior for 40 years. Penalties that the Biden administration now wants to relax. Imposed massively and preemptively, sanctions might deter a bad actor. Otherwise, they are punitive. Depending on their severity, they may crash an economy. They may constrain an autocrat. They rarely stop him. Why? Because money matters less to tyrants than power. Putin desires most the recapitulation of the Russian Empire under his rule. What he fears is the collapse of his regime. Putin's been around. He saw the trial and execution of Saddam Hussein. He witnessed the popular removal of autocrats in Tunisia, Yemen, and Egypt during the short-lived Arab Spring. He watched as a mob killed Muammar Gaddafi. Putin has no regard for his citizens' well-being. He is concerned only with his own.